Morning, this is part 2 of the repair to the broken nose. So yesterday I got the work done to get everything ready for the scarfing, and so just as a small demonstration, this is the old piece which I've now cut out, and you can see probably there the crack that's appeared. This is the part of the nose which has to bend through pretty much 80 degrees at the front, so this part is almost vertical, and this part of the back is probably about 20 degrees, maybe something like that. So probably 70, yes, it's going to turn through 70 degrees. And I think the wood just got a little bit dry because of the central heating, and then it just cracked as I was pushing down on this bulkhead area to try and get the bulkhead into place. So before I try that again, I'm going to have to do lots of wetting out of this wood to make sure it's nice and pliant. So there we are, that's the old piece, so that's now out. And this is the new piece, which was cut to the same shape. And I then cut this and the old piece out at the same time, so that you can never get a completely straight edge. So it's not too bad, but it's a little bit wavy in places. So hopefully that will marry up quite well with the older floor panel. So this just needs to glue in 2 places. So you can see the batten here doing its job of keeping all these at the right angle. And that's going to be scarfed onto here with fiberglass tape, and then scarfed at the nose, and then just joined at the nose using fiberglass tape. And that will then be, in the next video, that will then be hopefully all cured, and we're going to go back to wiring up the keel, and then we'll try another open her up again, and this time we'll probably be a lot more careful. So today's job is just going to be a case of cutting the tape to the right length. So this is the tape here. It's going to cut 2 lengths, one each side for the scarf join, and then 2 pieces 8 inches long to glue up the nose. And then I'm going to have to mix some epoxy. So of course I'm going to be wearing my mask and my safety suit so that I don't get any irritation from the resin. And that's it, that's just all that's going to be in this particular section. Ready to go. Okay, so I cut the tape, so that's now ready to go. It's got 4 pieces, 2 long, 2 short, and I cut the plastic, and I've prepared the flat surface to lay it on for both. And what I'm going to use for applying the pressure will be these 2 flat pieces of 1/2 inch by 3 inch timber, and that's going to go on top, and then I'm going to weight that down. So I'll put this on top and then put 2 flagstones on top of that, which is what I did before, and that seemed to work quite well. So I'm just going to follow the same principle again with the same pieces of wood. So that's it. So I'll take a 10-minute break and then start mixing the epoxy. Okay, well, you might think, oh, this is a little bit overkill, but this epoxy does cause skin irritation, and it can last for 3 or 4 days, so you don't want to get exposed to it. I think it's just the fumes get on your skin and breathe it in. So even sanding it down in the dust, if you breathe that in or you get it on your skin, I'm not quite sure which it is that causes the irritation, but it's not particularly bad, it's just a bit irritating, a bit like midges. So I've picked up a tip from someone who was doing some work with fibreglass epoxy, and that was to wear 2 pairs of gloves, because it doesn't take very long when you're working with epoxy for you to get some on your fingers. All you have to do is touch something which you thought was dry and it's wet and it's on your fingers. It's like treacle. It's just very sticky and it just goes everywhere within seconds. So you get it on your finger, within 2 minutes it's on another part of your hand or on your arm. So his tip was to wear 2 pairs of gloves, and then once it gets to the point where your fingers are too sticky to do anything, and you want to say move something around and you don't want to get epoxy on it, you can just take the gloves off, and then you've still got another pair underneath which are clean and dry. So first job is to mix some epoxy. So I'm going to mix 100 of epoxy and then 50 of hardener, so 150 in total. It's just a bit of a guess. Let's just see how that goes. Right. Let's try and get some of this onto the tape. Okay, so the piece is ready. The bottom piece of tape is fully wetted out. The bottom side of the plywood on both sides is wetted. The bottom side of this piece is wetted, so I just now need to put that in place. And probably need to nail that down, but I'll do that in a minute. I'll get on with the fibreglassing first. So let's get going.
here we get rid of the gloves. Leaving clean hands so that I can try and glue up the mask collar with the leftover. So I need to add some colloidal silica. Make it into a glue. So, spell it. Okay, so 2 more nails. 1, 2. Okay, so we've got the fella. Okay. I think that's it.
I think that's it. Oh, I only have a tiny bit of epoxy on my finger and thumb now, so I was getting quite hot and sweaty, and I think there's a lot of condensation in there now. I'll leave that out to dry for next time. So I'm just going to go and get cleaned up. Oh yeah, tiny bit of epoxy. I think it's just some, no, that's just probably water. I think I'm fine. I think I'm alright. But I'm going to wash my hands in turpentine and ferroliquid. I'm going to get out of this gear. I'm very hot. But I think that's it. The tape's on both sides. It's weighted down. I wetted out the fibreglass. And with the leftover, I mixed in a bit of extra colloidal silica to make it into a glue. And I've glued up the 3 panels which make up the mast reinforcing, I don't know what it's called, the mast collar, that's the official name, the mast collar. So that will get a hole probably 2 inches in diameter cut through it, and that will go from the bow across the front bulkhead, and it will be glued and glassed into place, and there will be a hole there to take the mast, and then the mast will stand on the bottom of the boat, so it will be kind of held in 2 places. So that's what that is. So I think that's the end of today's work. That's the end of part 2 of this section. So next time it will be, hopefully, getting the 2 butterfly pieces back onto the trestles, getting it all wired up and then opening them up again. The key element there is going to be making sure that that bottom panel is wet enough or damp enough, warm enough, all of those things, in that area around where the bulkhead goes so that it doesn't split again. If it splits again, I think the whole lot might just go in the bin. Oh my god. Alright, see you next time.